So when I was invited to come speak here and was told that this is about, what is truth and what does that really mean in the modern world, I had to really think long and hard about what to talk about for about 3 seconds and knew that there was something that I had to talk about today. And that's the fact that we're living in a post-truth era. But I want to start with a story. So yesterday morning, I woke up in New York City. A little bit of a foggy head. Friday night in New York is fun. I pulled out my phone, I called up an Uber, I got a black car, it was a bit more comfy, and the guy came. It sent me 2 notifications saying, make sure it's the right person, make sure they look like this, make sure it's this number plate. It was. They checked my name, I jumped in, I got to Newark Airport, I went through, I was starving, hungry, I went to the cafe, it was about 10:45, and I said, I'd like a seat for breakfast, please. They're like, we're shut for breakfast now. I'm like, your sign says it's 11 a.m. Like, that's when you finish breakfast. And he's like, no, I'm sorry, we're shut. So I asked someone else. I said, no, we're shut. Like, the kitchen needs to change over. It's like, but your sign says that breakfast is served until 11. I was in a pretty bad mood at this point. Okay, can I just have a cup of tea? We don't serve tea after breakfast. It's not even, breakfast isn't even over yet. I'm an Englishman. If I don't have tea, this is a problem. Anyway, I went and got tea. Eventually, about half an hour later, I ate a very average sandwich. I complained on Twitter to the airport who went back and forth, and then they told me that it would go to the right people and it would be talked about. I doubt if that was very true. All the way through this interaction with technology and my personal situation, I didn't know what was true and what was not true. So anyway, I get onto my airplane. I'm sat right at the front. It's comfy. I don't have someone sat next to me. For me, I'm 6'4". This is great. I can spread out. And we're not moving. I'm listening to music, I'm playing some games on my phone. And we're not moving. An hour goes by, and I'm like, okay, there's no planes moving outside. What's the first thing I do? I jump onto Twitter. What's happening, Newark Airport? 2 planes have collided on the tarmac. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I don't think how bad it is for the people in those planes. I think I'm going to be stuck in Newark Airport. That's not a good thing. Anyway, over time, it didn't seem like the person that was sort of being the steward on the plane was really like panicking. They were being quite calm, and I asked them, and they said, oh, there's been a problem on the tarmac. We think that we're going to resolve the situation quickly. What was interesting was, the first comment I saw on Twitter was from someone that chatted to an attendant at the gate that worked for the airport that said that 2 planes had collided. About 5 minutes later, the FAA came out with a formal statement on Twitter saying that a plane had just landed really hard, one of their tires had blown, right? People were safe, it was good. And about half an hour later, we took off and I landed back in Toronto. I was really thankful for that. But through this entire experience, going from New York to Newark and trying to get food to sitting on the flight, I dealt with dozens of lies that I'd quite willfully exposed myself to. In fact, when I started looking at the research for this presentation, I started to realize that there were a lot of researchers looking at lying and the truth and what that means in the modern age, and that absolutely everyone lies. Hands up if you have not lied in 2019. Right? And if someone would have put their hand up, I would have said, well, there's a first time for everything. Right? This is where we are. We're in a post-truth era. Now, there's versions of the truth. Those versions of the truth are something that I wrestle with every single day. I'm a futurist. I like to look at where we're headed in the next 5, 10, 20 years' time. Am I correct? Can I be certain that what I'm putting on the stage in my talks and the truth about smart cities or artificial intelligence or robots or the future of work, is it a true situation that I'm describing? It's a speculative future. Speculation isn't really a version of the truth, but I have to be careful with what I present. What I present is stats and facts and stories, video, other people telling their stories, and I'm a conduit for that. That's how I can ensure truth somewhat. But there's something really interesting on the backbone of what I do for a living. I do it by doing research, and sometimes that's primary research. I go out and we talk to thousands of people and we find out their opinions on a number of different matters. But mostly, my research is secondary. I go to the internet. I find information, I read stories. For an average presentation, I probably put in about 100 hours of research because I can't believe the first thing that I read. No one can believe the first thing that they read on the internet, just like the Newark airport situation. That was literally me planning to stay in New York for the night and not making it here to the stage today. I went back and I checked again and again and again, validating that. But we've welcomed new saviors into our world, the gatekeepers of information and knowledge, the tech players. The top 5 the largest market cap companies in the world are tech players today. It used to be oil companies and banks. It used to be retail outlets like Walmart. And today it's Apple and Amazon, Alphabet, Google's parent company. It's Facebook, it's Microsoft. Microsoft is $1 trillion company today. Do we trust them? Hands up who truly trusts these tech players. It's interesting, no one put their hands up. How many people use a platform from one of these 5 tech players every single day? Okay, so you choose to use a platform that you don't trust every day. So you're exposed to even more lies. Lies accelerate through technology. And they've made it a very profitable business. If you actually take all of these companies' market caps and combine them, it's about $4.17 trillion. I actually pulled that from the internet this morning from the markets. So I know that that's true today. It's not going to be true on Monday. It's not going to be true on Tuesday. In fact, it's going to be completely different in a month's time. There could be another company that's worth $1 trillion, maybe Amazon in this case. But we have to use these platforms to do our business. We are in a post-truth era. We swim in it. We feed it. We consume information, transform that, pass it along, and we need to have responsibility. We can take back what truth means in our lives. There's 3 steps to this. 1, speak truth. You know, you've heard the phrase, speak truth even though your voice shakes. How many people can be really truthful? Earlier on, someone was saying, oh, you know, do I look fat in this jacket? Imagine if every day you were like, yes, I'm sorry, you really do. Stop wearing that jacket. Imagine that. Wouldn't be a good day for you. It certainly wouldn't be a good day for them, right? So there's versions. And the second thing we have to do is take care. And we have to be careful around how we deliver the truths that we have in the world and how close and intimate we can get to the people. And the third and most important thing to really regain what truth is and to have a position in the world where post-truth is everywhere is to treat everyone with love and respect. Those 2 words are the backbone of every keynote I give. And people forget that you can actually tell someone that you love them, and that's okay. And you can tell your CEO that you love them. The amount of executives that stop talking when I say, what can I do for you? I love what you're doing here. I love what your team's doing here. I love how you're so close to your clients and your partners. That's love. Love is your business currency. It stops them dead because they don't think that way. They think in dollars. Now, when we think about that, we have to come back to post-truth again. So if we look at it through the lens of love and respect and care, and we look at it through understanding that we need to speak truth every minute of every single day, or as close to it as possible in ways that are kind, we can create a much better world. And that's the world that I want to live in, and that's the influence that I want to have in the world. There's a very famous quote from Einstein, and who doesn't love a good Einstein quote, right? They who cannot speak carefully about the truth on important matters cannot be trusted the same way on the small matters in our lives. It always makes me wonder when I read an Einstein quote as well. In fact, Einstein's one of the most bootlegged, copied people that people share quotes from. About 75% of all quotes from Einstein are incorrect. In fact, I don't know whether that quote I just said to you is incorrect or whether I said it properly. Does it matter? Well, it's the message that's really important. But it's about currency, it's about love, it's about respect. And really it's about messages that are really important to underpin what it means to speak the truth. We do live in a post-truth era. That's not going to change. It is going to accelerate. We're still going to use the technical platforms that we love so much, that connect us to people, that enable us to do our business. All we can do is operate in a way that's slightly different, a little bit more human, a little bit less algorithmic, and in a way where we question everything that we read and wonder, is that the truth? Thank you very much.